So, I don't make a lot of videos. Um, just not that type of person. I am 22 weeks pregnant, and I just want to let you know that if you are going through a pregnancy that's really difficult, I want to let you know you're not alone. Just a real quick recap of what I've been through. I've had 3 weeks of bleeding in my first trimester, then 2 weeks no bleeding. Then I passed a blood clot the size of my palm. Went to the ER. They said that everything's fine, the baby's fine. They don't know why I'm passing blood clots. So I kept my appointment with the OBGYN a few days later. Went to the OBGYN. They did an ultrasound and found a subcortical bleed behind the placental implantation, and they told me to rest. Well, I went home that night. I ended up having a lot of, excuse me, I'm having a lot of pain right now. They told me, to rest, and I went home. I ended up having a lot of abdominal pain, and I thought I was just getting a stomach virus like the rest of the family was at the time. So I just suffered through it, trying to heal up. A couple days went by, abdominal pain got worse. I went to the ER, and they saw that I was severely dehydrated, and they thought that maybe I was also having constipation related issues. So they admitted me. I was there for a few days. They discharged me with antibiotics and constipation medications. And so then a few days went by. It was like a Monday. I was just standing up making oatmeal, you know? And all of a sudden I got like this severe right pelvic pain. Went to the bathroom thinking maybe it's something like that, because I've had reduced sensations down there since my other 2 C-sections with my other 2 pregnancies. So I was thinking maybe it was something like that. Couldn't. I would lay down. The pain just got really worse. My husband came home from taking the kids to school and asked if he can take me to the hospital. And I said, I can't move. I can't. So we called the ambulance. They took me to the ER. They admitted me that night since I had just been there the week before. They wondered what's going on, you know. They did an MRI that night. The surgeon came in the next morning saying, stating that, okay, you have appendicitis. Yay me. They gave me 2 options. You can either do antibiotics, which has got a 70% chance of recovery, or we can do surgery. And he preferred I do surgery because, as he explained it, I have an ever-growing uterus, and it's just going to cause more distress on the area. Now, me being a nurse, I knew appendicitis can be pretty dangerous, and I was having a lot of issues, and if mama's dead, baby's dead, right? So I opted to do the surgery, and I didn't want nothing to happen to my baby, so I was praying to God for sure, like, you know, let them have guided hands, and please, Lord, just watch over me. 1:00 p.m. comes around, and they take me to OR, the operating room prep, and they take me inside, and they find out that the appendix had already ruptured. So a 1.5 hour surgery ended up being 4.5 hours. I got pictures. You know, it was like this green yuck. And anyway, well, the surgeon showed me like later, you know, like the, you know, next day. But it was like what had happened is that the appendix had bursted, and then the uterus, the intestines, the appendix were all starting to fuse together from the infection. So with the debridement and everything they had to do, you know. So I've healed up in the hospital for a few more days, went home, so much pain. 4 weeks go by, and it's hard to breathe, it's hard to walk, it's getting hard to walk. I mean, I started with like, you know, the normal pain, you know, they had to take the JP drain out, which was like severely long, which was crazy. And all the normal, you know, you're healing up from a surgery. Come on, you know. Sorry. Well, anyway, I started feeling a little bit better, but I kept having this pain in my right thigh, the top of my right thigh, and wasn't thinking nothing of it. I was thinking just healing, you know. Anyway, 4 weeks go by since the surgery. I ended up having nausea and throwing up and having nosebleeds and dizzy spells. I went to the hospital again. They checked me over, and they said that, okay, I was dehydrated again, which I don't know why, because I've been drinking water, like a lot. So I don't even know. But they went ahead and sent me home after giving me 2 bags of fluid, and I ended up getting a call the next day stating that I had BV. So I was on antibiotics again for that. And then a few days ago, the pain in my thigh just started getting really, really bad. Like, I was having really bad trouble, like, just walking. Like, it hurts. Like, it hurts. And, like, it starts with it's the top of the thigh. It goes down the crease, and into the right pelvis area and down the right, you know, inner thigh. And it comes back around, wraps around my hip, because I've been having hip issues anyway, with the pregnancy. But that could have been ligament pain. I get it, but it doesn't help. And it wraps around to my back, my back and right buttock, and it hurts so bad. But and pain medicine don't help. It just don't touch it. And I noticed that heating pads don't really help. That makes it worse. So I use ice packs when I can tolerate it. So there was one thing I wanted to add. I noticed that I didn't mention. When I did go back to the hospital because of the severe leg pain, they did an ultrasound to check for DVTs, you know, blood clots. They did an ultrasound of the kidneys and the bladder to check for any stones. Nothing. The pregnancy ultrasound showed that the baby's healthy. You know, punching the placenta. And I also got an MRI of the area down there to check for abscesses. They did find some fluid, but and that my gallbladder was slightly enlarged, but they didn't find anything that was noticeably, you know, worrisome. So they gave me a bag of fluids, and they sent me home. And yep, been in bed for 3 days. But I have a follow-up telehealth call with my general surgeon to make sure it's nothing related like that. So I've been laying in the bed now for 3 days. Pretty much. Can't be the mama I want to be right now to my boys. But the baby's still kicking. That's what matters. And I just got on Medicaid because through this whole ordeal, I couldn't work anymore because of all the, admissions to the hospital. And I lost my insurance because we couldn't afford it. So I hadn't been to the OBGYN now for 7 weeks. And I finally got Medicaid last Thursday. And so I was able to set up an appointment with a high-risk specialist that my doctor was trying to push me to. Because I'm 360 pounds. I ain't gonna lie. Don't do pregnancy when you're overweight and obese, okay? Gosh. And I'm turning 38 in January. So yeah, I'm not young either. So all you chickens that want to get pregnant later in life, what is wrong with you? But it's not like this was planned. It's a blessing still. I just gotta... Okay, so I'm back. I ran out of storage space, which doesn't make any sense because I literally just deleted a 44-minute video off my phone. I was reading the Bible and stuff, but I am making a 10-minute video and boom, it's not even got enough space. Okay, that makes no sense, but sure. Alright, the devil's a liar. Anyway. So anyway, I've been pretty much bedridden. I can walk very few steps. I can go to the bathroom and stuff like that, but it isn't I'm not running circles around the house cleaning, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll get back to all that when I'm done healing up from the pregnancy. But anyway, I just wanted to say to all you mamas who are going through a rough time, you're not alone. And I want to tell you a couple things that helped me out. 1, breathe. Just breathe. That's the first step. 2, pray. Prayer does help. I couldn't even tell you how many times throughout this whole ordeal that God just came through. Financially, emotionally, physically. I mean, He's there. And it's I don't know how we were able to survive some of the stuff that we've been through these last couple of months. But we did it. And we're not in the negative. Yay. So that helps with stress. Yeah, so try to reduce stress. It's okay to allow others to take care of you. I've always been the type that's not reliant on others. I am the superwoman, I work 60 hours a week and as a nurse, and I make all the appointments, and I bust my ass trying to help everybody and making sure everybody gets good advice and never take it for myself, Sounds familiar? Probably, yeah. Okay. But sorry. Also, rest. You need to rest. It's okay. Just rest. Take a moment. Go into the bedroom. Don't be on your phone. Because that doesn't help. I might cut the boredom when you're awake, but be mindful of your time so you actually get proper time to close your eyes. And love yourself, love your family for helping you, and your friends. Love the baby that's right there with you through this whole journey. I'm sure when this baby's born, we're going to be because I'm telling you what, man, we're going through it. And if it's not a girl, I'm going to be very surprised at all this drama. Good Lord. My boys never gave me this problems. But no, man, I was pregnant with my 2 boys, and I was nauseous a little bit, sure. I mean, I threw up once, and then I worked 2 jobs up until I finished, you know what I mean? I was preeclamptic with my first one, gestational diabetes with my second one, but I was also 12 years younger and 100 pounds lighter. So yeah, I was still overweight, but I was healthier because I was a lot more active and younger. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, pray. There was one thing you're gonna take away from this is prayer. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I have a past. I've got regrets. I've done things I wish I never done. And I got saved a couple years ago. Thank God. Because I woke up. I'm on a journey. And even though I'm going through all this pain, I'm not cursing God. Even though I had a miscarriage 3 years ago, before I really got saved, and before I really took my walk seriously, I didn't curse God. I don't curse Him now for the pain I'm in. Nope, sure don't. It's just our trials and tribulations here on this earth, and what we go through is what's going to make us stronger for whatever might happen in the future. And honestly, maybe my pains can help you relax and understand that you're not alone. This isn't completely crazy for you, right? So I hope this helped, and I love you so much. God loves you too. Peace.